live or something. So let me just close this a little bit. Nosy. No, I'm kidding. No. Yeah. So apparently I'm live. So like I said, I went to get a sandwich at In-N-Out. Oh, hold on. So here we are. I made a huge mess in the car. No, not in the car, but in the bag. So see that? All the fries fell out because I was because what happened was that I was looking at the live stream, and at the same time I got close to my entrance to my home. So when I got to the street to my block, I made a I made a right, which was way too fast, to be honest, way too fast. If I was in the Acura, I think that would have been. I don't know if it would have done. You could have made the car flip over or something, but I think I made it flip. I mean, I made the turn too fast was because I was looking at the phone, which I'm not so used to doing that, going fast and I mean, driving and live streaming. I think that's how people get a lot of into a lot of accidents. I think a lot of car crashes are because of you looking at your cell phone and at the same time driving, and it's like multitasking. So let me see that I got my soda, which is not the it's not a Coke of a can, but this will do. So let me check this out. So here, like I said, here's my In-N-Out. So I went. Um, supposedly right now I'm supposedly live streaming on this app, which is live streaming to YouTube and to Facebook supposedly. Which I don't really care too much about Facebook, but it's just there because I just like to I just like to use like it's like nothing important for me to use YouTube. I mean, Facebook. It's like there's no wow factor of using Facebook. Like the majority of you guys, is this even live? Oh yeah, it's just public. So let me talk a little bit. So what I was telling you earlier is that first let me tell you though, um, I need to cut my hair though. Look at that, my hair is getting long again. I just want to cut it short again, not bald because many people have told me, oh, don't cut your hair bald. I mean, don't cut it like before where it used to be super short. So I'm gonna try to cut it, but don't know how short this time. And the other thing I do have to say is that for those that are not live anymore, because I don't think some of you said that you couldn't. Some of you said that you couldn't see the live earlier, and I'll give you the explanation as to why the live stream went to down to a crawl. It started to lag and look horrendous. It's because when you're live streaming, as you already know, most people that live stream, and those of you that live stream to YouTube and to Facebook and to all these apps, I don't know where you're watching me on YouTube or Facebook, but I cannot go live on Instagram though. So that's the reason I haven't gone on Instagram in a long time, and I've tried and tried and tried, and it just doesn't come out the way it doesn't sound at all even close to what it sounds here on YouTube and on Facebook and all these other apps. So let me explain something to you. Uh, I'm definitely going to be vlogging like everywhere I go. I'll be I'll try to vlog now. Like if it's interesting, I'm vlogging. If not, it won't really matter. So the first thing I'm going to tell you guys is that I think in and out from the house from the house is maybe 3-4 miles. No, I would say maybe 3 miles away. So I kind of showed you earlier what the city looked like. I showed you earlier what it looks like because I want you guys to see that I think this whole city used to be farms, used to be open land, used to be cultivating. Like imagine like up there in near what's this one? Up there up north near Bakersfield and all those places. It used to be another place where they used to farm. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Wine County or something like that. Out there, like places like Napa, um, places near San Francisco, and like places from here. Like say you're in Los Angeles, and you drive up the five, and you're going up towards Bakersfield and all those places. Um, there used to be a lot of farms or a lot of open fields. I forget the name of the city where I went to, and it's a lot of farms. I mean, a lot of not farms, but a lot of open fields. Maybe farms, but there's a lot of open fields where I saw a bunch of grapes. I saw strawberries. And to tell the truth, wow, I guess no one. Okay, so to tell the truth, um, today I didn't. Today I didn't end up. I didn't end up taking the class. It was canceled. It was canceled or something. So it's gonna resume next week. It got canceled, so you'll see later on. So telling you right now, the people that are playing guitars and playing instruments like yeah guitars or like you're playing classic guitar, uh you're playing acoustic guitars and all of that, just guitars in general. Uh, I find them. I find playing guitar really difficult, and I'll explain right now. So I kind of told you that last time I was learning how to play guitar, which which I don't like teachers that show you guitar. I don't like many of those teachers when they show you guitar. Many teachers decide, oh, we're going to show you this method, and we're going to show you that method, but I don't think there's like a real a real way of teaching you how to play guitar. It's not like a everybody learns the same way. Everybody's going to learn every. It's not like when you say. It's not like when you're in school, where you have kindergarten, and then you have first grade, and then in first grade they have to teach you this set of skills, this curriculum. Even though nowadays many people don't believe in these curriculums and these standards that you have to abide by. People don't agree with them, but I'm just saying, uh, you have to follow those rules, and you have to teach it that same way, or the same thing. Like if if kids in let's say California, in first grade they have the curriculum, then maybe in Chicago the curriculum is the same. So I'm not saying anything like, oh, it's different because I'm not saying it's different. It's like I think it's all the same, the curriculum. So when it comes to guitar, I feel like the curriculum should be almost the same. Should be beginner, should learn this chord, or should learn what this is. Like the basics, the fundamentals of guitar. And I'm not talking about like, oh, science, the science behind guitar, behind it, and saying, oh, the science, it's you have to learn this and that in order to succeed in guitar. And because like I've been in guitar class many times. Many different teachers have tried to teach me guitar. Many teachers have tried to teach me guitar. I'll agree with that. I mean, I'll admit that. But have I ever progressed in playing guitar? I have to say, in some shape, in some way, shape, or form, I've progressed. I've progressed in playing guitar. I haven't. I've learned a few things. Uh, I've learned a few things. I've learned how to play a chord. Like say, oh, I mean, I don't know if it's a chord or a note. I don't know if you say note or a chord. Like when you say, oh, play the G note, or the G chord. Oh, I guess you say chord. I guess you say chord because I was confusing it already with a bar chord, saying you play like this, you play like that. The thing I do have to agree with most people is that playing bar chords is what kills me. That's what kills me from progressing bar chords. I don't like bar chords. There are a couple of things that this make me feel like not disappointed, but uh, uh, it makes me like it makes me mad. There are a couple of things that make me mad when playing guitar. Are like, oh, you can play the G chord, boom. You can play the D chord, boom. You can play the E chord. I don't know if that's the E chord or the major, E major, or yeah, I think it's a major chord, E major. So you just go E chord, which you should know that for those that play guitar, you know which the E chord I'm talking about on the first and second string. Well, I mean the first fret, and then the second fret you play the E string, which is which seems pretty which seems pretty obvious. Like something seems so easy. Like those strings seem easy, playing the easy chords. But as soon as you play bar chords, it kicks me in the rear end. The teacher that I have for guitar, he started us off with the C chord. I think he started us off with the C chord, and then he's starting us off with the F chord. So I think it's the C chord like that. But I'll show you later on in the guitar. There's the C chord, then there's the F chord. I think it's the F chord. And then there's the then he started throwing us with the bar chord, with the F bar chord, the F major bar chord. So now it's kicking me in the rear end to play the F bar chord. I think that's the main reason why I quit guitar the first like 2-3 times, because the teacher would say, I think it's the teacher and people. Wait, hold on. It's the teacher, and I've looked it up on YouTube over and over, and the guys on YouTube say you gotta do this, you gotta go like this, you gotta move you have to move your thumb down so you can feel the pain here, so you can feel this thing stretch. Then you do this, and you do that, and so forth and so forth, and it is horrendous. I've done every single movement that they say. Oh, go like this, and it'll be much easier to play the bar chord. Go like this, and so many different ways that I've tried. So right now I'm eating, and in a bit I'll show you guys the bar chord or whatever, or sometime when the video goes up. So I can play any chord, like by itself. I can play the chords like nothing. Where it kicks my butt also in guitar is that when you have to go, oh, G string. Now move over to the D string, then move to a C string, move to an E, move to a B chord, and move to this chord and that chord. So it kicks me in the butt. Transitioning from one chord to the next, it also kicks me in the butt. Like by itself, I haven't memorized each chord. I know, play this like this, play like that, play that, play this, play that. I already got it like kind of memorized, all the chords. I know every single chord, or all the ones that are. I'm not saying I know every single chord and I know every movement. No, I know the basic chords, the basic, like the D, the G, I think the D7 and the D minor and all this other chords. Well, when it comes to remembering, like, oh, this is the D major, this is the D minor, this is the C chord, this is, no. I also need help in that, remembering what chord I'm playing. I just know, boom, 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 boom. I just know when they say, oh, play a chord, tune, play another chord. I can do that, but I cannot do like, oh, name me the chord you're playing. I don't know. I just can remember right now the G chord and the D chord, the regular, I think they're major chords or something. But I cannot name the other D's, like the D7, or I think it's the D diminished 7. I think it's called like that. Then it's so it's like confusing. So that is That is what's kicking me in the butt. Plus, what got me crazy is that I've been watching these movies, these so-called old like cowboy. Like if you watch the movie of Antonio Banderas and Antonio Banderas and Robert Rodriguez. Antonio Banderas and Robert Rodriguez, they definitely have a lot of like music, guitars, and a lot of different like strummings and like sounding like flamenco and like Spanish. I don't want to necessarily say like Mexican, but it's more like Spanish music. And when I mean Spanish, I don't mean oh it's Mexican. It's Mexican music. No, because you know that Mexican music is. I don't have to. I don't necessarily want to say it's 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 boring. No, I want to say it's like the way I've seen people play it, just boom dun dun boom dun boom dun like boom dun boom dun boom dun boom dun, or just like strumming, just like just strumming. So that is the crazy part about that. So I do have to admit though that um, yeah, I do have to admit that strumming. I mean, I find guitar to be almost impossible to play. I think I don't think I ate too fast, but whatever. So I think it is definitely a pain in the butt playing guitar. I got a classical guitar. I used to have I mean I have an acoustic, but I don't like it. The reason I don't like the acoustic guitar is because it's not a good acoustic guitar. So let me see what time is it anyways. Okay. So I don't like the acoustic guitar I have because I consider it more of a toy it's not like oh I got it at Guitar Center or I got it at a at a music store. No, I got it at I don't even know where I got that. I mean, my grandmother bought me that guitar years ago. That she said, "You're gonna use that guitar, and you're going to learn how to play music." And to be honest, I don't actually like the guitar. I mean, the problem with the guitar is that for some reason I put I've gotten new strings put onto that guitar. I mean, that guitar is so cheap that by itself it started fading away. It started losing its color. It's so cheap. It started losing its color. It started uh like all the pegs. I think you say pegs. The pegs. They started to lose the screws. All the screws fell off, and then the strings, even though they're high quality metal strings, uh like they don't how do I say this, they don't want to be tuned. They like you tune them and you can never get it to be oh this is the B string, this is the D string, the E string, the G string. So it doesn't do it. It just goes like when you're playing the E string, it sounds like you're playing a different string. The machine, the telephone, or the tuning uh, device, it doesn't tune. It just goes E string, and then it sometimes says, "Oh, you're playing the D string." Like, come on, No, the E string is the E string, not the telephone or the app or the little device says you're playing the D string. No, I'm playing the E string. So I don't understand what's wrong with that. So I've tried doing different things to to the device. I mean to the guitar. So I've quit on that guitar, and I just went to get a classical guitar. And with classical guitars, like the guy at the Guitar Center, yeah, I think it was Guitar Center. Uh, he said, "Oh, you classical guitars are specifically made for playing flamenco music, flamenco, where you and I don't I like to I heard flamenco music in Robert Rodriguez's movie, but I am I am kind of frustrated with playing if I had to play flamenco music. Like you gotta go like really fast, and then you gotta finger pick the thing like really fast also. Like you gotta say, oh, you're gonna do the E string and the I think the B string. You gotta do them both together like together fast, and and it's crazy. Then there's other techniques for playing flamenco music and so much. So that is my thing where I'm saying it's hard. It's hard. The other thing that I have, this is the type of music that I would love to play uh, on guitar. Like I like some John Mayer. Don't get me wrong. I like some John Mayer. I like some Jack Johnson. Like like the music that I like is like Better Together by Jack Johnson. I like um I like John Mayer. Like oh I think it's called Change World to Change or something. Something like that. Change the world or something. You keep on moving. Oh wait, how's it go? Waiting on the world to change. That's what it's called. You keep on waiting. You keep on waiting, waiting on the world to change. Yeah, that one's sick. That one's a sick song, especially the solo when he goes do 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 do. And there's this other musician that's not well known anymore, which is the Greg Alexander from the New Radicals, which is which is a group that was like back in the 90s. I guess Greg Alexander himself, which was back in the 80s early 90s or late 80s early 90s, that he was a I mean you can say his music's not uh there's some music of his that's not amazing, and I can agree with that, but there's some music that like majority of it is amazing to me. So I heard his music and I'm like, wow, I this is what I want to play. This is something I want to play. I want to play some new radicals. Like look up new radicals. Don't look up that. I mean, when you look up new radicals, try to look it up under on YouTube under Loco por Locura 22, and everything has to be together. So Loco, LOCO, and then por POR, but together, and then Locura, LOCURA, but together, and then 22 also together on YouTube, and then that's where you get the music, and you get some great Greg Alexander music on there, and then you could also look up LPL 22, which is the same person or the same the same YouTube or the owner, but for some reason it's like two different uh YouTubes. Two different YouTube accounts or something. But it's like basically the same music. It's the same artist, or the music that's on there is the same artist, but for some reason it's like one is like the full music, and the other one's like some weird snippets or demos or something like I guess snippets. But everything that's on, mostly everything that's on Loco por Locura 22 is demos, anyways. The full demos, though, which is something I like about Greg Alexander. That when he comes out with music, it's just some incredible stuff. Like, I'm still waiting. Like, there's times where music, like when the person whoever owns it, I think it's Greg Alexander that owns it, but owns the channel, but who knows? Uh, what happens is that this person uploads. Let's say he uploads today, then he doesn't upload for another 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, even he doesn't upload. This person doesn't upload for. Sometimes this person doesn't even upload for 2 years, and then you come back and you're like, wow, he's now putting another song. But like, you can never say, oh, the music that he put today on the YouTube, the Greg Alexander song he put on YouTube is garbage. No, you cannot say that. You can say, wow, it's another masterpiece. So it's masterpiece after masterpiece. It's not like some artist that, oh wow, you had only one song and then all the other music you played was untouchable. Like, I won't touch it. It sucks. It's garbage. So to me, New Radicals and Greg Alexander is sick. They're sick, man. It's a sick band. Like, you don't have to be like boom 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 boom, like some people, like people that like Slipknot, and like Pierce the Veil and all that heavy metal stuff. Like boom 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 boom. No, it's just like some nice boom, two, boom boom tune, boom, tune, boom, tune, boom, boom tune. It's like some nice soft music sometimes, but it can get a little bit sometimes it can get a little bit of sort of metal style, but not to the sense where it's like no, it's just like it's like it's like the metal that's like when I say metal, I do mean more like when I'm talking about metal, I'm talking more in the sense of Led Zeppelin metal, not Slipknot metal, not yeah, that's what I'm talking about, like regular, like Led Zeppelin metal, not heavy metal, but Led Zeppelin metal. So that's what I'm saying. There are three things I would love to learn, which I find them all hard. Don't get me wrong. I find them all difficult. I find them all really difficult, and it makes me want to say I quit. Is to learn guitar, piano, and drums, and then bass guitar, whatever else comes after that. And I want to be the next. I'm gonna be the next Prince, knowing every single instrument like he did. I don't know if he knew every single instrument, but I know for a fact he knew he knew a majority of instruments, like a lot. So, hmm like I said, I'm not going to say he knew every single instrument, but he knew a ton of instruments. So that's what I'm saying about it. That's what I'm saying, that I like Aerosmith. Like when it comes to playing guitar, I like Aerosmith. I like Aerosmith. Um, Led Zeppelin is pretty dope. I don't know about about the Eagles, because the Eagles, it's all played out with people like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna play Hotel California, Hotel California." Like that's like the like if you look at if you look I mean if you listen to or you ask somebody about the Eagles, all they're going to tell you is that they want to play Hotel California. It's like so played out. It's like it's the same way with like ACDC. When you say, "Oh, ACDC, which one do you want to play?" I want to play Back in Black, cause I'm back in black, or Highway to Hell. I'm on a highway to hell. Or what's the other one? The Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck or TNT. So it's like if you ask somebody, "Oh, do you know who's ACDC?" Majority of people will say, "I know who's ACDC," and I want to play this song. Like Hotel California is played out like so many times. Like anybody that you ask, Eagle, do you know the Eagles? Yes, Hotel California. Like come on, like there's nothing to separate them and say, "Wow, I'm not listening to Hotel California." Like yeah, majority of people know Hotel California. So let me tell you again. Uh, I guess no one's on right now. It's just crazy. Okay, so let's see. Is the chat? Is there chat or there's no chat? Yeah, the chat is open. So let's uh, let's see who joins in a bit. This live stream. Uh, when driving, I need to pay more attention to how I drive, though, when I'm driving, because like I don't go towards. This is the thing. Is that the way I was driving, is because don't I don't necessarily go those routes. I don't necessarily go through any of those routes that I went through today. I don't normally go through like down south. I don't go south ever. I don't ever go. I mean, the farthest I've gone south is like maybe 5 miles on the street. 5 miles, but I mean the thing is that I'm not familiar with the streets. Like it's not like Montebello where where's the hospital? The hospital is on Beverly Boulevard. I mean it's in between Beverly Boulevard and Harding, or if you say, uh, where did your grandma live? She lived on Cleveland. She lived on Cleveland Avenue and Poplar, or if you can say, where was um where was Montebello High School? Montebello High School was on 21st Street. Or you could say, where is the Ross close to your house? It used to be, I mean, when I lived in Montebello, it was located in between, I mean, it was located at Montebello Boulevard and Beverly Boulevard. So I have more of like knowing down the west side, knowing the west side. I don't know much of the east side, like San Bernardino. What do I know about San Bernardino? Nothing. Do I know anything about Riverside? Nothing. Do I know anything about Chino, California? No. Chino Hills? No. But if you say, do you know Pico Rivera? Do you know where's Denny's in Pico Rivera? Yes, it's on Whittier Boulevard. Or do you know where's In and Out? Also in Whittier Boulevard, like maybe a mile or two down down Whittier Boulevard, going towards Whittier, California. That's how I know it. But here, if I go through one road, I don't know. Is there an exit to the road? Is there a? Do I know where I'm going if I turn right? Do I know where I'm going if I turn left? No. But in Montebello, it's like, oh, I went through. Let's say I went through one street. I knew how to get out of that street and go to another one and end up back in the main road, or the major roads. So that's what I'm saying. Like right here, I'm not too familiar with it. Nothing. I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar. If I take one street, I'm like, is it a dead end or not? So that's the difference. That's the difference between there and here. That over there, I could direct people. Let's take this street and we'll end up at Walmart. Let's take that street. We'll end up in Downey. Let's take this street. We'll end up in McDonald's. But right here, it's like it's huge. It's a huge city, so it's like I don't know how to get from one place to another. So um, I don't know. Oh, first off, let me tell you something. First off, I don't know if this live stream, um, I don't know if this live stream you're able to see the comments on Facebook or something. Um, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how it works for Facebook, because I think I'm only live. I mean, I'm live streaming on both Facebook and on YouTube. So I don't know how it works. I don't know if I'm able to see the comments or not. Like right now, I don't think there's chat. Right now, there's chat. So I don't know how it works. I don't know how this app actually works. So okay, so I don't know how it works, the commenting system on this app, because of me being connected to both YouTube and being connected to Facebook. So I don't know how it's working. I mean, I don't know if it's working great or it's not working at all. So if the live stream dips, is because I keep trying to switch from one app to another, or trying to figure out what's going on. So like I'm saying, like I was saying, is that I'm not too familiar with this city, or the when I go around the Inland Empire. Like if I decide, oh, let's just take the freeway, um 91 west, or let's take the freeway. So it's like so confusing, to be honest. So that's where I'm at, like that. I'm like, I don't. Hold on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't necessarily know um, the routes, but like if I'm in Downey, I know Downey. I know how to go from I know how to get from Downey all the way to Montebello. I know how to get from Downey to City of Commerce. Even on the streets, even though you don't go. I mean, even if you go on the freeway, I mean, if you don't go on the freeway, you know the streets. So I know how to get there, or like, oh, let's go from Downey to City of Commerce. So let's take the 605 to the 60, and then you're there in City of Commerce. Or you can take the 605 to, I mean, you could take the 5 and get off somewhere in East LA and then make it back to City of Commerce, or Commerce, California is what they call it. So that is the thing I have to say though. So let me see what else do I have here. Oh wow, look at that. For some reason today was different. Like I forgot today was Sunday. So I was like in my brain I was like thinking I want to go to Chick-fil-A. Like, to be honest, that was what was in my mind, going to Chick-fil-A. But then I remembered later on, I'm like, I'm not going to Chick-fil-A. Why would I go to Chick-fil-A when today's Sunday? It's not open. That's the thing. Today is Sunday, so why would I go to Chick-fil-A? So that's how I see it. I'm like, I'm going to Chick-fil-A for what? Why would I want to go to Chick-fil-A for? So that's how I see it. I'm like, Chick-fil-A? Why would I go to Chick-fil-A? Because today's Sunday. Because the majority of the time I'm not home. I mean, I'm in some place. Because it just felt different. I thought today was like a Tuesday or something. I mean, a different day. I thought today was not Tuesday, but I thought today was like Saturday. That's what I thought, Saturday. So I said, I'll go down to Chick-fil-A. But like I said, I remember that today was Sunday. Oh, and something I do have to say really quick before I shut this down, because no one's on, and when no one's on, it just feels like game over. So later on, don't know what time, what day, I'm gonna go camping again, winter time now, and camping, it feels like camping is where, like I said, people want to go to Yosemite. The people that I'm going camping with, I think they're going to Yosemite, and if they're not going to Yosemite, they're definitely going to I mean, that's not definitely. I'm just acting dumb. No, they're going to Yosemite, and we're going. So I think it's like $1,000 to stay in a cabin in Yosemite. I don't know how many days, because some people stay 1 week in Yosemite. Wow, I don't even know what the heck I just. What was this? What is that? Okay, so Yosemite is where people go to, and Yosemite from here is now way farther or way further. I don't know if you say farther or way further. It's way further from Montebello, like way further. It's like another, like I said, Montebello to here is about 32 miles. About 32. It could be a little bit more. And it takes about 40 to like 40. It takes like 40 to 45 minutes to get from Montebello here on the 60 freeway. So I do have to say that in the winter time, I don't. I think we're planning on going to Yosemite, $1,000 to stay in the cabin, which is gonna be a couple of us that are staying in the cabin. But I never record any of these videos because people are like, I don't want to come out in a video. I don't want to be in a YouTube video. Um, every time I've recorded is when people are not on you. I mean, people are not around, where I'm just alone, and it's like, you came alone? No, I didn't come alone. I came with people, but I don't like to show people's faces, which is the thing that that's the thing. I don't like to show people's faces. So we're probably going to Yosemite. My plan is to go to Crest. I think it's called River Crest, or what's it called? Crest. I think it's called Crest Lodge or something, or Crest. Somewhere up here. It's up here. Like it's up here in San Bernardino Mountains, up there by close. It's like in between Big Bear. I mean, it's like a city before going to so, Arrowhead Lake. It's called Crest, or Crescent Lake, or something like that. It's called. I forget the name of the lake that it's at. It's apparently it's nice. I mean, apparently based on the videos. I mean, based not on videos, but based on the photos, it's it's pretty nice. Uh, the camping spot, or the place up there, it's pretty nice. I'm not saying that I mean, the photos. This is the problem that I have, is that many photos show that places are pretty nice, and they look amazing and they're incredible, but when you actually uh, when you actually go there, the place looks completely different than what it looked like in the photo. Because like the last time we went to San Francisco, uh, the last time we went to San Francisco, we stayed at what's it called? We stayed at Fisherman Wharf's Holiday Inn, and in the photos it looked amazing. It looked great. But then as soon as you got to the Holiday Inn, they said no food, no free food. Um, I think they said the Wi-Fi was limited. They said please do not use too much Wi-Fi, because if you use too much Wi-Fi, the the other guest here will experience slower speeds. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? And at that time, I was running on T-Mobile. Like that was like about. Hmm, okay, I'll tell you when it was. It was back in 2016. I think a couple of months before Donald Trump became president, and we went to San Francisco, and I felt like T-Mobile was great. Like not too many issues on T-Mobile. Like I mean, making phone calls. I don't know about making phone calls and texting, but I know for a fact using YouTube was pretty good on T-Mobile. On T-Mobile's network, it was pretty good. But then the reason I switched to T-Mobile later on was because of bad cellular connection, and me being in the house without Wi-Fi, because at that time I didn't really care about having Wi-Fi. I'm like I don't really use Netflix. I don't have Netflix. I don't have what was it at the time? I didn't have Netflix. Disney Plus wasn't around. HBO Max wasn't around. Paramount Plus wasn't around. Um, None of the apps were around. It was just Hulu. It was just between Hulu and and Netflix. So I was like, I don't use neither of them. Why would I? Why would I care about Netflix? Why would I care about Hulu? Like, eh, like it's just there. It's just like there it is. That's all it is. It's not like wow, it's some incredible stuff. No, it's just it's Netflix. It's Hulu. So like I said, I went around and I'm like, I don't need Wi-Fi. What am I gonna do Wi-Fi for? Plus, I mean, I think I wanted a Wi-Fi because I had a gaming laptop at that time. No. At that time I didn't. I was still on a Toshiba laptop, so I was like pretty slow. I think at that time. Oh no, 2016. 2016, yeah. If it was 2016, I I barely had gotten a gaming laptop, but it wasn't good either. The gaming laptop was just like basic. It was just like an entry level gaming laptop that supposedly you could run games, and every time I would play games like Grand Theft Auto 5 and try to play what's this other one? Max Payne 3, and you want to play these other games, and you had to even keep them at low graphics, and every single thing was low graphics, and even like that the laptop would lag. So I said no Wi-Fi. No Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is useless. What am I going to do with Wi-Fi? Nothing. So I just ran on T-Mobile. And at the time at the time of having T-Mobile as Wi-Fi, I would I would be running hotspot only to the PS3. I think at that time it was PlayStation 3 at the time, and I was running hotspot, and every month I would be good every month. Every month on hotspot, it was great. I don't think I used it for YouTube. I didn't use it for anything because all I did was use the phone for the internet. The phone was the internet. Then the hotspot was something else. But to be honest, what problems do I have with the internet? I mean, what problems do I have? I mean, at that time, what problems do I have? Nothing. Everything's great. So that was it. So like I'm saying, I haven't gone camping too much, but the when I went camping to Silverwood Lake, I have to say the internet was great. Great connection. Great connection. AT&T was you could live stream, you could do everything you wanted at the campsite. Like nothing. No issues. Like even 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 going up the mountain of the San Bernardino uh what is it? The San Bernardino Mountains. The internet was okay. I didn't have too many issues. Like YouTube would stream okay, everything was okay. Just like maybe one spot, two spots were. I mean, one spot was definitely unusable, but that was because it was a little bit away from the city. It was like at the edge, which is weird. I think it was being blocked by the mountain because there was a mountain, or the side of the mountain, and there was a road that went around the mountain and back to the city. So I have to say, yeah, maybe that spot was the only spot that was trash. Maybe that was the only spot that was trash. But other than that, it was like great. And there was like one spot where you could say, oh yeah, the internet was not too bad, even though it's low at like 3 megabits, 4 megabits per second. But you could still uh, you could still load something, load something. You're not saying wow, it's incredible. No, you could still barely load something, barely. I'm not going to say it's like wow, it worked amazingly. No, it barely loaded. So that is the only issue I have with going out into the wilderness or going out there to going out there to places where it's like going camping. That's the only issue I have with camping because at the moment I don't know what works and what doesn't work. I haven't gone camping too much. I've just gone like because I met a couple of people and then I've gone camping with them. So it's like Silverwood Lake, T-Mobile was great. AT&T now was great. Um, this is the thing I do have to I do have to comment is that some people say some campsites are good for T-Mobile, some campsites are good for Verizon, some campsites are good for uh, AT&T, and the majority of people mostly say Verizon's not good at campsites. Verizon is bad. This is the thing that I find mysterious now that we're talking about mobile networks. What I find uh, crazy is that Verizon claims to be the best network, the most reliable. Um, are you sure? Are you sure? Because many of the times that I've seen people say, "Oh, Verizon's the most the has been awarded the best network." Uh, are you serious? Because every time I see someone testing out the network, it's slower than T-Mobile. It's slower than AT&T. And don't come to me with this junk that most people have attacked me with and said, "Oh, but you know that Verizon has the best network and they have the fastest network and they're the most reliable and so on and so forth." I'm like, you know that Verizon is not good because they cap you at 4 megabits per second. They give you a hard 4 megabit per second uh, cap, which keeps you down at 720p or up to 1080p. Up to. It doesn't mean that they'll give you 1080p. They said they'll give you up to, which means that 1080p could and could not work. It could and cannot work. So it's not, oh, up to 1080p. Um, no. The difference between uh, Verizon and the other two, which is T-Mobile and AT&T at the moment, and we're not counting Dish because Dish is barely starting, is that they do this type of thing where they say this is the two carriers that are better because they tell you, the only reason you won't be able to watch 4K on your phone, and some people are crazy about saying 4K is trash and it's better to have 1080p HDR better than 4K, and some people say 4K is the best, is the clearest, and 4K HDR 60 frames per second is the best, and people have their own ideas of which one's better, 1080p or 4K HDR or 60 frames per second or whatever they want to call it. Um, we have an issue here. We have a huge issue that Verizon won't let you watch it in 4K without having their stupid 5G ultra wideband. Just as long as you're connected to 5G ultra wideband, expect fast fast downloading and everything uncapped, basically uncapped. And even if it's capped at like 500 megabits per second or something, or 300 megabits per second. So that's a lot of speed, anyways, for for that. I don't know if they actually capped you at 3 to 500 megabits per second, but uh, if they do, then I'm correct. If they don't, then That's it. So that is the difference because Verizon, I mean AT&T and T-Mobile don't do that. They just say, "You want to watch 4K? Watch it if the network is good enough. If it's not good enough, watch it in 1080p." They don't cap you. The only reason that these, I mean, don't get me wrong. All the carriers cap you. They throttle you, and I'll explain how they throttle you for most of you that say, "Oh, but I'm not throttled." No, actually, everyone's throttled. Let me explain how you're throttled. When you first open an account, let's say T-Mobile or AT&T, and you have the highest, the best plan, the most expensive plan, the one that says you have Magenta Max or what's the new one? AT&T's Unlimited Elite, or no, it's not Elite. You have Unlimited Premium, or I don't know what it's called now, Unlimited Plus or Premium Plus, whatever the thing is called, and. And the issue with that is that when you first open your account, they don't tell you right off the bat that you're going to be streaming at 480p. Like they turn on the throttling feature for you. They turn it on. So most people don't realize that you're you're being throttled to 480p only. But the majority of people that are using YouTube, they're like they don't know anything about quality. They don't know about 144, 240, 360, 480, 720, 1080, 4K, or 2160p. And then I don't know if on I don't know if on on Samsung's it's still the same way it was like a couple of years ago, where you could watch up to 8K on the phone, up to 8K, which is dumb. I mean, I kind of understand how it's done, because there is actually no screen that's 8K. No cell phone screen that's 8K. Where have you seen a cell phone screen be 8K? Come on. I do have to say that some Sony phones are up to 4K, 4K screens. So that's that. And like I said earlier, uh, when I go camping, I'll try to live stream so you guys get an idea of what the quality looks like. So I'll let you guys see what that's about. Um, so like I said, I'll try to live stream. No, well, I'll try to live stream on AT&T, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if I really don't. I really am unsure, and I'll be honest. I'm unsure if AT. I mean, I'm unsure what carrier works up the mountains, because I'm gonna try to go to. I'm gonna try to drive sometime in the future. Uh, I don't know if any of you are in California and are near the Inland Empire or somewhere in Los Angeles. I would invite you to go with me, or we could go in your car or something if you're around. And I'll be like, you want to go to some rural place? Rural. We could go. I could say like there's some rural places, very rural, that 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 I've been wanting to go, or I guess they're not rural. They're not considered rural. They're called like ghost towns. So I've been trying to go to these ghost towns and see what check it out. Like some people like to go to like weird places, like in Montebello. I I was going down to Whittier. I was going to Whittier, and in Whittier we had this in Whittier there was this what's it called? Oh, there was this location in Whittier that there was this location in Whittier that was I think called the Devil's Gates or something like that, and it was like supposedly an abandoned hospital, and we never actually went there. But those are like the places I would like to go to, like places that are very like mysterious or rural, or I mean, if it's not rural, I guess you say more in line with um not rural, but I mean more in line with like ghost towns and mysterious places that majority of people won't go, like scary stuff, man. So that's what I would like to do. So like I told you earlier, I was going around the city. Just I mean, I didn't show you the whole city because like the whole city is huge. It's some huge stuff, man. It's huge. This city is huge. So I just showed you like I just showed you around some of the places, like, but when live streaming it's kind of hard because majority of these live streams they get cut off because of the bad connection. So when you have bad internet, your connection will be pretty bad. So that's where that's at. So let me check the time. So like I said, uh, some people like I said, some people want to go to uh, like I said, some people want to go to Lake. I mean, they want to go to like I said, Yosemite. I want to go more towards up there to the San Bernardino Mountains up there at what's it called up there Crest. I think it's called Crest Lake or something. I'll find out sometime. I think it's called Crest Lake, or what's it called? Um, I don't know what it's called. So I think it's called Crest Lake or Crest something. Uh, Up there near Arrowhead Lake. So that's that's the thing. I want to go up there, but the I mean the only issue is like I said, um, I guess it's not really an issue. I just I just want to go up there because like I want to go to something different, not not some place. I mean I've never been to Yosemite. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong and say, oh, you don't want to go to Yosemite because you've been there. No, I haven't been to Yosemite, and I haven't been to any place that's like different, as in lakes. So I guess I'll just leave you with that. And the other thing I just wanted to say is that I hope I can vlog the lake or the getting there, vlog the place or something. So that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and if you haven't watched, then you can watch it later on. And that's about it.